Hey, what's the word? I'm Mr. Ivy Lee Wolf. And first off, I want to thank you for taking the time out of being interested in my service. I'm here to help you along the way. If you have any kind of questions or concerns, make sure you guys DM me, send me a message, email, text me if you got my number, whatever the case may be. Make sure I get that question so I can get it answered immediately, all right? So I want to take some time out to explain to you guys how the credit repair process works, all right? First thing to note is that we operate off of what we call a round system. Now, what that means is each round consists of about 30 to 45 days, right? So that means that's going to give us time to send out the letters to the bureaus, get the bureaus time to process the letters. Then it's going to give them time to do their investigation on the information that we're disputing and the time that it takes for them to respond to the letters that we sent out, all right? Also, that's going to include the time that it takes us to prepare the letters, okay? So 30 to 45 days is considered one round once we get started in the process, okay? So you'll get updates every 30 to 45 days from my service, okay? Now for us, the first round of the credit repair process is gonna be opting out of the secondary bureaus that are reporting the information behind your back, pretty much. What happens is we send out dispute letters to the credit bureaus, and they're gonna first contact these secondary reporting agencies, right? Like SageStream, LexisNexis, CoreLogic, ARS, and Innovis. These companies that I just mentioned are the companies that actually verify the information that we sent out to the credit bureaus. They're going to go to them first to see if the information is accurate. These companies half the time are going to say yes and call it a day, and the credit bureaus act like that's all they really need to say that their account is verified. But by law, we know that that's incorrect. The very first round is considered pretty much our prep phase. Okay, so we're opting out of those secondary bureaus so that we can stop them from trying to verify the information to the credit bureaus and causing us delays in our service. It's super important for you to know that during the process that some rounds you might not get any results, okay? We don't control that fact. There's nothing we can do about it. There's nothing any credit repair company can really do about it. We have to wait on the credit bureaus to do their investigations. And if they do not do their investigations correctly, that's when our next round, we go and get extra support from like the CFPB or the BBB or the FTC, pretty much whatever we need to do to pretty much help put some fire behind the credit bureaus as far as how they're getting their information and verifying it as being accurate. Because obviously we're asking them to submit certain documentation for us to be able to know what they're verifying and how they're verifying the information, okay? By law, they have to provide these information for us. We are the consumer and we have a right to know what's being reported on our credit profiles. So in a nutshell, that's how the round system works for us, okay? So the first round is prep phases. The second round is when we start the real dispute rounds, and then we go on from there. So one more thing, if you do not get updates from my company, all you need to do is send us a quick email. Hey, can I get my updates? And if your updates are available, my team will get them out to you immediately. If not, they'll let you know when to expect them, and then they'll get them out to you then, okay? Next, we're gonna talk about the time to completion, or how long the process can take. The process can take anywhere from 4 to 12 months on average, okay? You're seeing complete credit profiles wiped clean within 60 days, and we've seen it take a whole year and a half in some cases. Me, myself, when I got started, it took me a year and a half to get my credit profile correct and be able to use my credit to leverage my business and every other investment that I had going for myself. Now, this is gonna go for any situation, any credit situation, whether it be child support, whether it be bankruptcies, whether it be 1 collection, 16 collection, 0, the whole 9 yards pretty much. The time frame is going to remain the same. We do not dictate when your credit profile is going to be done, and it doesn't matter if you have 1 collection or 16 collections. The time frame is always going to remain the same, 4 to 12 months, and it could go longer than that in some cases. Not in many, but in some cases it can go longer than that, and it can be way sooner than that. Like I said, I've seen the credit profile wiped clean within 60 days and called it a day. I'm talking about they had probably about 8 collections on their credit profile, okay? You can have 1 collection on your credit profile, and it still can take a year and a half for it to fall off your credit profile during the dispute process. Now, that is a rare case, so understand it's not an everyday situation, okay? So with the time frame, give yourself at least 4 months to a year and a half at the most during the credit repair process, and I'm not saying it's going to take that long. It could be way sooner than that. Like I say, if me and you had the same exact credit profile, I'm talking about everything on the credit profile, I lived your life pretty much. If we had the same exact credit profile, we started credit repair on the same day with the same company and got the same exact letter sent out for our discrepancies on our credit, you can still be done in 3 months, where it still might take me a year and a half to be done, okay? And then, like I say, it doesn't matter how many collections, anything on your credit profile, still can take the exact same time frame. The only other exception outside of that is going to be inquiries. Inquiries can be done in about 24 hours to 1 month to 2 months, or 1 round to 2 rounds for them to fall off completely and be off your credit profile. So that's how the time frame works. We do not govern that. The credit bureaus govern that. That's pretty much all the details, right? So when you get started with the credit bureau with my company, right? So the first thing you're going to do, of course, you're going to make your payment to get started. Then you're going to submit the documentation that we need from you, and then we're going to start sending out your opt-out letters to the secondary bureaus in the first phase, and then we're going to start the actual credit disputing of the actual accounts on your credit profile starting the second month. Okay, so during the first month, there's no need for you to reach out and check on updates within the first 2 weeks because we don't have them for you. As you realize, when we sign you up with Identity IQ, that Identity IQ service is going to update every 30 days. Okay, so we can't pull anything outside of that before that 30 days unless you're willing to pay the $18 pretty much refresh free with Identity IQ. So now there's 2 ways to get signed up with our company, right? We have 2 different packages that we offer that's average, right? We have a monthly subscription and we have a one-time payment plan, right? So the monthly subscription is going to start at $39. That's subject to change at any point, at any time, right? So you'll pay the $39 to get started, and then after the first 30 days, it's going to go to $119 per month. This contract is going to go up to 12 months. So next thing we're going to talk about is what to expect once you do get started with us, right? When you do get started with us, of course, you're going to make your initial payment, whether it be the $39 for the monthly subscription, or you're going to make the one-time payment for the expedited route. You're going to make that payment, then we're going to send you an email. The email is going to come with some short instructions for you to follow, as well as a temporary password for you to copy and paste into the next link that it tells you to click on for you to start creating your online portal account, okay? Inside is going to have you update. It's going to have you submit like ID. It's going to have you submit a utility bill. It's going to have you submit a picture of your social. And there are substitutions that you can make for like utility bills and your IDs and stuff like that, okay? So always keep that in mind. So once you do that part, you sign up for Identity IQ within that link as well. So once you do that part, the next thing you're going to wait for is going to be an email with a power of attorney. Now this power of attorney only gives us access to perform credit repair for you, and that's the only access that we have. We can't go out and pull out credit cards on your behalf, nothing like that. It's only giving us access to do credit repair on your behalf. Because the credit bureaus will send out stall letters, is what we call them, saying that, hey, it looks like you're using a credit repair company to do credit repair. We want you to know that you have the ability to do it yourself. So to avoid that in most cases, we like to send out power of attorneys with all our letters showing the credit bureaus that we do have the authority to dispute this information for you. You'll receive a checklist by email that's going to have a list of some extra reports that we need you to fill out, and I'll make a separate video to explain how to do those, right? So it's going to ask you to pull like your annual credit report or your LexisNexis account. These extra reports hold information that Identity IQ does not have. Also, the information that Credit Karma, no other pretty much credit monitoring system has on you. So we want these extra reports because it helps us speed up the process in your journey, okay? Once that part is done, it's pretty much smooth sailing from there. The only other thing we'll be asking you to do is pretty much watch your mail for any kind of collection letters or any kind of letters from the credit bureaus asking you to do certain things like submit an ID or utility bill and things like that. Again, remember I said they're stall letters. They're using these letters to buy themselves more time to their investigation on the information that we're disputing. And they have high hopes that if they stall you long enough that you're going to give up. That's not what we're going to do. If you come to my service, we're not going to give up. We're going to continue on. We're only going to stop if you make us stop. I've had clients in my program, right? They went maybe 3 or 4 months without seeing any kind of improvement on their credit profile. That 5th month or that next month they were talking about, they had 44 deletions, $40,000 worth of debt removed off their credit profile. Okay, so keep in mind, if you're not seeing results, don't give up on us because we're not giving up on you. We're doing everything that we can, like that you paid for, to get these items removed off the credit profile. It's just going to take a little bit more time, a little bit more persistence from us, and a little bit more patience from you to get the job done. The next thing we're going to talk about is how much does it cost to get started with our service, right? So we have 2 different packages that are most common for our clients. We have an expedited route and we have a monthly subscription, okay? On the monthly subscription, the cost is $39 to start for the first 30 days. After that first 30 days is up, it's going to go to $119 per month. Okay, so you'll pay $39 to start, $119 per month, and these payments are going to be reported to Equifax and Experian to help increase your score over time. That is the bonus for being on the monthly subscription. Okay, that you're getting a primary trade line onto your credit profile to help you increase your score over time. Now, keep in mind, just like the company benefits is what we're using, right? Just like they're reporting the good payments that you're making every month, they're going to report the negative payments as well. Okay, so if you miss a payment or if you're late on a payment, this is going to be reported to the credit bureaus, and it can potentially hurt your credit score. But that's going to come with you having the discipline to make your payments on time. That's the whole reason why you're in credit repair, is to be able to build up that discipline, to be able to make on-time payments, to be able to keep good credit once you're out of our system. Okay, so this is nothing but practice when you get started with us. The second route that we have, like I mentioned, is going to be the expedited route. The benefit for the expedited route is going to save you about $700 total over the monthly subscription. Okay, that's the benefit of the expedited route. The expedited route is a one-time payment of $600 that's subject to change at any moment, just like it is with the monthly subscription. Okay, prices that I'm telling you today might not be the same if you checked in a couple months from now. Okay, right now, as it is when I'm making this video, the prices for the expedited route is going to be $600 one-time payment. The only other payment that you'll make out for this service is going to be Identity IQ, which is only $27 a month. Now, Identity IQ is the credit monitoring software that we use to access your report, do the work, and get you updates every 45 days or every round. Okay, we cannot access your report or do anything to your credit profile if we do not have access to Identity IQ. Always keep your Identity IQ active. If you don't have it active, we can't do anything for you. So pretty much that's what it looks like to work with our company as far as credit repair, and how everything is set up, and how you can pretty much have smooth sailing within your journey, and how we're going to get you to better credit scores, approvals, everywhere you go, the whole 9 yards. All right, so look, again, if you have any questions, make sure you email me, DM me, however case you can get in contact with me. Make sure you do that so that I can get your questions answered, so we can get you signed up into the program today. All right, so again, I'm Mr. Ivy Lee Wealth. I appreciate you guys for your time. I look forward to working with you guys in the future. Let's go.